Hello there, what is going on everyone? Today we are going to be unboxing and taking a look at the WL0-5 speeder tank. I had to look at that a little bit because I see it almost says like we lost. We lost, like if you've lost your last game of Legion and want to come back with a vengeance, pick up the we lost tank to make your enemies regret forcing that loss upon you. And that's exactly what this thing's gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and unbox this thing. We're gonna assemble it, show you how it looks fully built, and also look at all the cards and everything else that you're gonna get in this box, and have a link where you can pick this up for yourself in the video description below. So let's go ahead and jump into this video. Also want to thank Atomic Mass Games for sending this out for review. Very, very cool. Again, you can check the link in the description below where you can go check this out from the Asmodee store, or you can also get your local friendly local game store. While I am getting this open, I also want to remind you guys about the $25 Amazon gift card giveaway. We're going to be announcing the winner for that this week, so stay tuned. Very, very cool stuff coming this week. We've got a lot in here to take a look at. There's a lot of sprue here. We're gonna have some cool build options for this thing too, which I'm excited about. We've got our paperwork there. We've got this massive base. It's the size of a space shuttle. It's that big. And we've got our card packs and our tokens. Let's go ahead and look how much this is. This is a lot of sprue. This one is going to be, I think, a project to assemble for this thing. There's going to be quite a bit here. We've got all of these pieces. Look at, oh, I love these engines too. Those are cool looking. I'm digging the armor plating. I can see this could be a really fun one to use for scratch builds as well. If you want to pick up more than one of these, there's a lot of stuff that you could do with this and get your creative juices flowing. We are also going to have some additional options here for whether we're going with regular raiders or pikes or black sun or whatever. We have a lot of different pilot or pirates. We've got a lot of different options in here. Personally, I'm a black sun guy myself, so really looking forward to that. We do have a couple of tender pieces here, so be careful with it. It's a good thing they put these in a bag, so when you're pulling this out, make sure that you check the bag and check all of those little tiny tender pieces as well. We've got more plating, and then we got the main body pieces right here. This one was all by itself as well. So we're gonna be able to put, you can already kind of get an idea of the amount of space that this thing is gonna take up on the table. There's quite a bit here. Now we are getting one miniature in here with 6 cards, a token sheet, and an insert sheet. Again, this is just a quick look at the different assembly options we're gonna have. And maybe you'll go ahead and just not glue in your pilot or magnetize your pilot so you can do all kinds of cool stuff and figure out which one you want. I think that's definitely going to be the way to go, although I'll probably just keep Black Sun in there most of the time because, again, I do like Black Sun. All right, let's take a look at the cards and get a closer look at this tank. One more thing before we look at the cards, just a quick shout out to everybody who helped bring this to us. So big thanks to everybody who worked on the game. And that's, of course, our little rules insert, as well as how you can get well, it's not really a rules insert. It's just a paper insert that has links to where you can get everything. All right, so the WLO speeder tank, we have the unit card here. What I'll do also is I will take one of the other language versions. I'll stick that behind, so this way we can see the points and the upgrades. So the tank does cost 100 points. It is a heavy, and of course you're going to have a pilot, comms, and gunner option. So those are your upgrade slots for the tank. It's going to have 10 health, a resilience of 6, white defense die with defensive surge, no offensive surge, and speed 1. But honestly, with like a base like this, like the base doesn't even fit on camera, right? It's massive base. So you're not going to have to worry too much about its ability to cover distance with that base. A speed 1 move is still incredible. It is a mercenary. It can go in the 4 primary factions. It has armor 5. Which is pretty good. Arsenal 2, not bad considering it's got 2 guns baked into it already, which is always a very nice thing. You've got hover ground. It's got transport and weak point 2 for the rear. And honestly, that's not half bad. That's not half bad at all. I was expecting this thing to be a glass cannon, and with armor 5, that's not bad at all. It is a white defense die. So there's a little bit of that, but still armor 5, and the weak point's only the rear. Let's point out the rear's not that big on this thing, right? You got all the rest of this that's not weak. So yeah, if your enemy's in your rear, maybe you've done something wrong. So it shouldn't be that hard to keep your rear out of the line of sight of folks. So that's a good thing. We've got our anti-personnel, which is range 1 to 2, which is 2 to 3, and then the heavy laser cannons, which is range 1 to 3. And then we've got a red, 2 white, and 2 black there. So that's a decent amount of dice. That's quite a bit. We have some upgrades that we're going to look at here. So let's take a look. Now, these are mostly crew and pilots here. So let's take a look. We've got the gang boss, who will work for a Raider commander only. This unit gains command vehicle 2. Only Raider units may benefit from this. I think that's Raider's the term for that symbol, right? From this unit's command vehicle X keyword at 10 points. We've also got a pirate captain. You can, for free action, you can choose a Raider unit within 1, and they're going to remove a suppression or gain a dodge, which I'm sure would be very nice, depending on where you're going, right? That's pretty cool stuff. So we have also some crew. We've got our Black Sun crew. We've got our Pike Syndicate crew and our Weequay crew. And the Weequay crew is free. Look at that. But yes, it's going to make sure that they lose their Raider affiliation and gain a Black Sun or Pike affiliation, and that's the start of the activation. The unit gains an aim or a dodge token if there are 1 or more allied Black Sun units within 1 or Pike units within 1. And with the Weequay crew specifically, it says they're going to gain an aim or dodge if there's 1 or more Raider within 1. Now, the Weequay crew is free, whereas if you're going to run this with Black Sun or Pikes, then it's going to be a 5-point upcharge. Basically, it's just going to give a little tokens, a little extra bonus, and a little bit of theme to kind of to justify that Black Sun paint job that maybe you're going to put on this thing. Oh, should I do a Black Sun paint job on this tank? I think so. It's a tough one, though, because it's like, what, you want to run it with Hondo also, right? We're going to have this giant base going on with Hondo. There's a new Battle Force now. You can run like 3 of these things with Hondo. He can be like jumping off the front of one of them. There's a lot of new cool stuff. So that's the cards for the speeder tank. It looks very cool, although you probably will have to get it into range 2 to really make it work. But with that base, that shouldn't be that hard to get it into range 2. So we're working on assembly right now because there's no actual instructions posted to the website first, so I'm just going to try and figure this out, and it shouldn't be too hard considering the box art is very descriptive. And I'm going to basically start by just putting these 2 pieces together, the top and the bottom. They're going to go right in here. It looks like we have this winch that, again, you always dry fit things, right? So it doesn't go that way. So it's going to go in this way, and that fits in just perfectly right there. We're going to work on these side panels, and it looks like they're going to fit into this just fine right here. It looks like the side panel piece has this part that's going to go into there. Boom, just like that. And those are going to snap in on the side here. And then we're basically just going to look at the pictures and try and make sure that everything fits in just like it does on the photos, which means we're going to have a little mini gun up here. We're going to do the big turret up here, and we're going to put some of those engine compartments, which are these bigger pieces here on the back. All right, so we're going to also get these pieces here, which we're going to go on these sides. Each one only goes in each side respectively. So I'm kind of just working on the left side first, and then once I get it right, then I'll duplicate it on the other side. I also put the engines together. This part's also going to go, I've just got the base of them together, and so they make sure that all the rest of the pieces will fit around those. There's 2 pieces in the middle here that are going to go basically right in here to kind of form the basis for that, and we're just continuing to assemble. All right, so we've got the side pieces on. There are 2 more pieces that are going to extend from the back of the little spear pieces. I'm going to save those to the end. We've got the front gun on there. This was 2 pieces, that one, and then this hood over there. We put this part in there. I'm not going to glue that one yet in case I decide I want to kind of turn it or a little bit like that. And then we've got the rest of the turret pieces here. This one, and then the kind of handle is going to go in here. and then the 2 gun pieces will go on in there, and we're making progress. We've also got the engines now fully assembled with a piece in the top, these 2 pieces on the bottoms, and then the engine bits right there. There are also these pieces here, which are going to go in and hang down, but I'm going to wait until I do the middle assembly before I put those on, and I've got more bits to do for the middle engine section as well. All right, so now I'm ready to kind of put the assembly together, and I was dry fitting and figured a bunch of things out, like this goes into here, and so what I ended up doing is I just put all of this together, put this one into here, this one into here. I haven't shaved or cleaned them up yet because, again, we're just dry fitting. And these have these little guides in here that are going to guide these pieces into here. And then this one will go into here. Now, there's no glue on this yet, but then this all fits right into here. Boom. Fits down perfectly. Then this part goes in on top. And then this is our back piece right there. And then I also dry fit this other back piece on top of here. And now it's all starting to come together because now we kind of have the bits where this can now fit onto there. And then boom, just like that. Of course, I have to still glue it, but that's how that goes together. And we also put this little back piece on before we put all of them together. So now that we've glued the engines on, we have these 2 other pieces here. There's 2 sets of those that can go in here and be that part, and that's going to catch the back side of this when this goes into here, and to glue down for that. Now, when it comes to the build options, it's pretty easy for me. I'm obviously going with Black Sun, right? But I want to have the option to kind of swap them around, and this is the only thing that I have kind of not in favor of these options, but it's an easy thing to fix. And that is like the handle here, right? Well, the hands are kind of separately sculpted for my Black Sun guy, to have his hands kind of in the steering wheel, but there's already a steering wheel here. So you kind of want to make sure that you don't like there's different hands that go to different guys, and then this piece is supposed to kind of lock into the turret. If you do it this way, your guy will be glued in, and you won't be able to hot swap, your Raider versus your Pike versus your Black Sun pilot. And so what I'll do is I'll just leave the hands off, or maybe even kind of clip the hands off of here and sort of set him in with the regular handle without hands, which is a little weird. And I'll show you when I put the whole thing together. All right, so here it is, and we're going to go ahead and put this guy in. And as you can see, the hands kind of, like the wrists kind of wrap around the wheel, and I think that's the way to do it if you want to be able to hot swap your pilot. This guy's basically, he's got like invisible gloves, right? As opposed to this handed piece that can hold the handlebars in there. But honestly, this is a gorgeous piece. It is, it's very, very nice. I think this may be one of the best models that AMG has done. It really does encompass sort of that outer rim kind of vibe, and it really does have like a hut quality to it, right? I do hope if the huts ever do come to this game, that this is something that they'll be able to use. It seems like that kind of fits, and it almost seems like that was definitely an inspiration, like, because it has like that whole sand skiff kind of Jabba's barge kind of vibe going on with this thing. Even though I may not paint this one in brown colors, I may go black and purple and gold or something like that. But yeah, this is totally got a really groovy hut vibe going on to the architecture, and I am very excited with it. So bring on the rest of my Black Sun army, and let's get a tank going on with these guys. This is really fun. All right, so this has been a look at the WL0-5 speeder tank for Star Wars Legion. This thing is absolutely awesome. There's definitely a lot more pilot options that you can build, but we went with Black Sun for this one. You can also add, of course, that sniper on the side. You can do a lot of fun extra things with this guy, but for me, this is kind of how I wanted it to look, so we're going to go with this for now. But you have plenty of customization options, and you can also use the extra models you're not interested in other kit bashing and dioramas, and use it for some creative entries into the Master of the Brush at Adepticon next year, which is going to be the first ever Star Wars Legion painting competition sponsored by AMG. It's going to be a very, very cool event, and I can't wait to see some of your fantastic entries into it. If you're interested in the ordering the speeder tank, you can check the link in the description below or talk to your friendly local game store. Big thanks again to Atomic Mass Games for shipping this out. Also, big thanks to my patrons. You guys are absolutely amazing and help make this whole channel possible. I will talk to you later. May the Force be with you. Live long and prosper. Be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. So say we all, and always wash your socks.